So Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out July 31st, 2026. So I thought I would go ahead and talk about, some of the theories that I have for this movie, what could be going down, because there was a Disney panel that, is for toys and things like that where they like showcase to I think it's like people in like stock and all that type of thing, or like people like the business industry. It's kind of something to do with that, and they had panels for Marvel and Star Wars and other Disney projects. But one of the people who were at that Disney panel mentioned that Boomerang, Tombstone, and Scorpion are going to be villains in Spider Man Brand New Day. So I thought I would go ahead and talk about the movie and what I think could be going down because we do know that this movie is kind of going to deal with the aftermath of No Way Home, with the whole, everyone forgetting Peter Parker's identity and just remembering Spider Man and how other villains, like maybe Vulture, could come back or Shocker could come back. So yeah, I thought I would go ahead and dive into that as well. There were also rumors that Zendaya and Jacob Batalon could return as, MJ and Ned. So, yeah, let's go ahead and dive into some of these theories that I have for Spider Man Brand New Day right now. Alrighty, so like I mentioned, Boomerang, Tombstone, and Scorpion are going to be in Spider Man Brand New Day. And let me just start off by saying it is about time that we got Scorpion back in the Spider Man movies because the last time we saw Scorpion was in Spider Man Homecoming all the way back in 2017 because he was the end credit scene with the Vulture. They were in prison. Scorpion was talking about how he's got some guys on the outside and they kind of want to, beat up Spider-Man.
I've got some boys on the outside who'd love to meet him. Take a picture, slice his throat, put his head in a dryer.
For some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. So it seems like maybe they can continue off of that story point finally, and we can finally meet the other people that Scorpion has on the outside. And those could be people like Tombstone, Boomerang, and maybe some other villains. Because maybe what this could be setting up is the MCU version of the Sinister Six, or maybe what they could be called. There is a group called a Sinister Syndicate, which is a thing in the comics. So maybe that is what they could be called in the MCU, and it could consist of Scorpion, Boomerang, Tombstone, maybe Vulture, because Vulture has also been rumored to come back in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Mr. Negative, because again, he is also a rumored villain for Spider-Man Brand New Day, but only Scorpion, Tombstone, and Boomerang were mentioned at the panel, so we don't necessarily know if Mr. Negative will be the main villain of Brand New Day, or if maybe he'll just be like maybe the leader of the Sinister Syndicate. We don't really know for sure. But yeah, what I'm thinking could potentially happen is that either Scorpion and his like team of villains could team up and fight against Spider-Man and things like that, or maybe it could be Kingpin who who has his like outlaw vigilante thing from that we saw at the end of Daredevil Born Again. He outlawed vigilantes, basically made them illegal and things like that. So maybe because Sony has the movie rights for Kingpin, because Kingpin first appeared in a Spider-Man project, so technically he is considered a Spider-Man villain, which is why Sony has the movie rights for him and only Marvel can use him in TV shows. So things like Hawkeye, Echo, Daredevil, but he can't appear in any movies or anything like that because the movie rights for Kingpin are over at Sony because, well, like I said, Kingpin appeared in the Spider-Man project first, so Sony technically has the rights for Kingpin in terms of movies and things like that, so which is why we saw him in Into the Spider-Verse back in 2018. So maybe what they could do is they could have Kingpin be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and he can kind of continue his outlaw vigilante rule, and then he can send villains like Scorpion, Tombstone, Boomerang, Mr. Negative, maybe two more, and they could have like a Sinister Six, so maybe Vulture can come back, like it's been rumored. And then maybe they can throw in like a random sixth villain, or maybe Kingpin himself could be the sixth villain. We really don't know. Maybe that could be the Sinister Syndicate. We could have Kingpin, or I was gonna say Daredevil, Kingpin, Mister Negative, and then Boomerang, or that's 3, and then Tombstone, Scorpion, and Vulture. So that would be 6 people, of course. So that, would be pretty interesting to have that kind of like 6 team of villains fight against Spider Man. And it does seem like it is probably going to be a street level movie because we were kind of going back and forth whether or not Spider Man Brand New Day would be street level or if it'll be multiverse, because there are a lot of talks whether it could be either or. But it seems like, judging by the plot and everything, and by the fact that the director is going to be none other than Destin Daniel Cretton, who did the Shang-Chi movie, which I actually think is probably one of the better movies of Phase 4 of the MCU. So the fact that he's going to be doing Spider-Man Brand New Day is pretty dang solid. So yeah, and also he said that he wouldn't really come back unless it was going to be a street level thing, not really multiverse connected. So the fact that he got the job probably means that it's going to be a street level story, which is nice because, multiverse and all that is fine. Like, I don't really have any, negative thoughts on it or anything like that. But, it's good to have a nice contained story every now and then. So, if we do get that street level Spider Man 4 story, then I think that would be alright at the end of the day. And also, when I first heard this, like, theory, I was basically like, Boomerang? Who is Boomerang? Because I didn't really watch a whole lot of Marvel shows growing up. I did think I watched like some Avengers cartoon growing up as a kid, but other than that, I haven't really watched many, Marvel shows growing up. So, yeah, I of course knew like Tombstone, Mr. Negative, and, Scorpion, Vulture, all those villains. But then when I heard Boomerang, I was kind of just like, who is Boomerang? Because basically he kind of is like Hawkeye in a way where he just has really great aim, but instead of a bow and arrow, he's got a boomerang. So, and also he's he kind of goes back and forth between a good guy and a bad guy. So he'll probably start off as a villain in Brand New Day if he is in that movie, and then he'll probably switch towards the good side by the end of the movie. Oh, and also I totally forgot to mention that there's also been rumors that Shocker could be coming back as well. So maybe if they don't include Kingpin as like part of the villain team, then they can have Shocker in there and still have that Sinister Six team up. So that would be pretty nice to see. But yeah, overall, I think this is going to wrap it up for the short little video. You guys can let me know if you're looking forward to Spider-Man Brand New Day. And we are only 99 subscribers away from 700 because we have finally hit 600 subscribers. It feels pretty good saying that because, I hit 500 subscribers July of last year in 2024. So the fact that we haven't even hit July 2025 yet, and I'm already at 600 subscribers is pretty cool. We're at 601 actually. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. We have officially started the road to I hit my microphone there, and it kind of made the screen shake. But yeah, we officially started the road to 700 subscribers, so who knows how long it's going to take for me to hit that, but if I could hit it by the end of 2026, that would be pretty nice. So yeah, you guys let me know if you're looking forward to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like I said, I'm pretty looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a decent movie. It is coming out July 31st of next year, so they're probably going to start filming it around I'd say August of this year. So yeah, otherwise I think I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.